Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cumia Town Podcast, number 2. Oh, yeah, a little bit of the old bubbly. No, it's not Rolling Rock, it's actually Coke Zero. Welcome back. This is fun. Today, I would like to address an open letter to Britney Spears. Dear Miss Spears, we're all huge fans, and we're all very concerned. Britney, your latest video that you did, Dancing with the Knives, was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. Near perfect. Um, I think that the only thing you have to worry about, and people were concerned, which is good. You want people to be a little bit concerned. You want people to be, I say it, afraid. I would say that the old adage of it's better to be respected than feared, that doesn't apply in your situation, Brittany. I think that the real story is your your handlers, your management team, your people, if they did truly fry your brain on lithium, then they need to be afraid of the monster they created. Fuck just knives. I say start going down to the range. All right, bring in some go get versed in the deadly arts, and I'm not talking about taekwondo either. Um, but yeah, Brittany. You need to be in control, not just of your money, but your life, your free time, your emotions, the whole deal. And yeah, you're going to need a doctor that isn't bought and paid for by your management team. And so I've got a solution for you. Here's what you do. You are famous. You are the product. You can take that product anywhere and make that money for whomever you wish. What you have to do is marry somebody that has more money than you. That's pretty simple, easy to say, I know, but anybody that's been approved by your management team isn't going to be good for you. And because you're famous, since you're famous, you could probably get Charlie Sheen's phone number, and I would say call him and get some pointers. Shit, marry Charlie Sheen. He's probably not interested in spending any more time with you than you are with him. But this isn't about love and affection. This is a marriage of convenience. You and Charlie Sheen are going to make beautiful music together. Don't make any more babies together. Nobody needs that. But yeah, you can work with that. The guy's got money. So here's what I suggest: get some money. Somebody that's got at least as much, if not more, money than you do, and let somebody else determine. Do your own research. Find out what are these pills they're given to you. Even people in group homes. I almost said asylums, but people in group homes have the right to know what medication they're on. You certainly have that right also. And if somebody's not telling you, somebody's forcing you to take pills, I don't know, get a gun. I don't know. I don't know how else to tell you in this land of America to protect your rights. Standing your ground isn't just something that happens on the street in states that permit murder. It happens in your house, in your management team. There's a guy who's a bad example, Bam Margera. Bad example. A good example is Johnny Depp. Dude does whatever he wants. Got a 50 grand. Johnny Depp has a $50,000 a month budget for wine. He doesn't even have to spend it. It's just budgeted in to his expenses. Imagine how much good that we could do in the world if Johnny Depp just 1 month decides to start drinking Boone's Farm, 1 month of $2 chuck, and he goes down to the local food bank with 50 grand in cash. Hey, and just handing out $1,000 to everybody in line. That's, visiting sick kids as Captain Jack Sparrow is a pretty bitchin' move too. That's pretty awesome. I do respect that as well. But show me the monkey, the money. Show me the money. Don't show me the monkey. But what Britney's got going on is like a Shutter Island thing. It's the definition of gaslighting is what Britney Spears' management team is doing to Britney Spears. And there's the proof that they don't care about your safety. And anybody who doubts that they fried her brain on lithium, have you ever heard any rock stars stories about how their management doesn't plan on the band being together for more than 4 years and just wringing every drop of earning potential out of them, and then just let them overdose and say, yeah, boy, those damn drugs, they did it. They do it every time. I got paid though, and I'll get paid royalties as well. But yeah, you don't, like I said, you don't have to stop doing what you're doing. But you realize when you were dancing around on stage with a albino Burmese python, that paid better than stripping on Instagram. That pays off in goodwill in the community, and just general approval by everyone, including your fans. This is my 2 cents worth. Take that for what it's worth. But yeah, give Charlie Sheen a call and see if you can't get your life back. Here's something else you could do. Find a gym you want to join, and then find another gym very close to that, and tell your management team you're going to join the other gym. And when they drop you off, like when the kids at karate practice that duck out and go play Mortal Kombat at the fucking arcade and run in their karate gi, and they run back to the karate dojo when their mom's time for their mom to pick them up, and they run in the back door and out the front. Hey, Mom, oh, it was great. Yeah, I kicked the shit out of these motherfuckers. That's what you need to do. You need to get dropped off by your handlers at the gym they think you're a member of. And then you need to go across the street where you're going to meet that doctor or lawyer or other actor that has more money than God and and somebody who's going to say, you know what? You don't have to work. You don't have to go out on tour. You can do whatever you want. Just get that stripper pole out of your living room, you dumb whore. You're welcome. Now, something else that I thought would be interesting would be if I did some ad reads. Now, no, we don't have any sponsors yet, and yeah, you're going to find out why. But first, let me tell you a little story about stamps.com. Hey, do you hate standing in line at the post office? Fuck that noise, right? Everybody hates standing in line at the post office. Well, now you don't have to. You just go to stamps.com. You go to stamps.com, they mail you a free scale, you print out your own postage, and you just drive past the post office and just chuck the package out the window. And the stamps.com has people that will just catch it in midair and run it. They'll sprint it to your destination. That's how good stamps.com is. And if you join now and you enter the promo code Cumia, you'll get 20% off your first order plus a free scale. Stamps.com. That wasn't terrible. I think I need some more Diet Coke to lubricate my vocal cords. Hang on a second. That might be enough. All right, the next one I'm going to do is Blue Chew. Hey folks. Hey guys out there, listen up. Hey man, you heard about those pills of Viagra? Fucking throw it in the trash. It's garbage. Why? So I'm going to hook you up with something cheaper and that's easier to get your hands on, and it's chewable. That's right. You go online, talk to a doctor, he makes sure it's not going to kill you. You get a prescription that very day. BlueChew.com. If you go there and you mention promo code Komeatown, you get 20% off your first order. Blue Chew. Chew it and do it. Because it's chewable, it hits you quicker. Gets directly dissolved in through your saliva, directly into your glands. Gland to gland combat, baby. That's what we're talking about. I suppose you could take a Viagra and wait until it kicks in as it's swimming around and all that Rolling Rock and Domino's pizza you have in your belly, all those Cheetos and shit, Mountain Dew. But it's gonna take a while. Blue Chew, you chew it and screw it. That's what they say. And yeah, I suppose you could wipe the coating off of Viagra and then dry it out and then chop it up with like a, I don't know, glass paperweight and then roll up $100 bill and snort it with. But we all know that nobody who listens to this podcast has $100 bill. I mean, that's out of the fucking question. But yeah, so with Blue Chew, when your package has arrived, your package has arrived in the mail. Chew it and do it. I thought that the interesting thing for Blue Chew would be to have it come in a really long, skinny package. You know, like that box that Arnold hit his shotgun in when he was in Terminator. Had the roses on top, and then he pulls that that pump action Benelli 12 gauge out of, or better yet, one of those tubes that blueprints come in, and you just start coming up your road to your driveway. You see that thing sticking out of your mailbox, about a foot hanging out of your mailbox. That's when you know your package has arrived. But I'll tell you what, if I was going to do a an ad read for a product that I believe in, it would be the AeroPress. The AeroPress is a coffee maker. It's kind of like a French press. French press coffee is pretty good, right? Well, with an AeroPress, you get your beans roasted as fresh as possible, preferably the day before they mailed them to you. You grind them yourself. You put the little paper filter in the AeroPress, put your beans in, pour the hot water over it, and then there's a plunger that you press the water through the coffee and the paper filter. And I'll tell you something, it is the best cup of coffee you will ever drink in your life. And it's spelled AERO Press. I would love to say if you go to aeropress.com and enter in the promo code CumiaTown, you'll get 20% off your first order. I'd love to say that, but factually, if I'm sticking to the rules of society, I must not. In personal news, I had an emergency dental visit, and I had to get a tooth pulled. My tooth just kind of exploded, and then it was in razor sharp shards sticking out, and kept slashing my tongue up. So I had to get it removed. And it's weird. They got to go in, and I always get the gas and more Novocaine than God could handle. And then the guy's got to go in there, and he's got to like pry on it. He's got to like rock that thing back and forth until it gets loose, and then he can get out the pliers and yank it out. The whole process was too quick. I normally like my whippet strips to last at least 45 minutes. This guy, maybe I'll get, you know what? I have more teeth. I'll just get more of them pulled at the same time. That's what I'll do. That's a brilliant plan. That's why I'm the head of NASA. And then I noticed as I was leaving, right across the street from my dentist is a Dairy Queen. And I normally don't like to indulge in stuff like frozen cream and cookies. But hey, how often do you get a tooth pulled? And I was going to get a shake, but then I realized I can't do a straw because then I'll get a dry socket. You don't want that. So I said, okay, I'll get a Blizzard. I go in there, and they've got a sign with all the new Blizzard flavors, which are just combinations of different flavors of ice cream with the Blizzard toppings, which I'd always assumed I could get chocolate ice cream with Oreo cookies if I asked for it. At no point was I under the impression that that only vanilla ice cream had to go with the Blizzard. At no point did I think that a company that probably has more than 31 flavors couldn't put those. They're putting everything else in there. Why can't they just change up the ice cream? But they have a sign stating that they're doing that now. And I asked the lady, I said, I could always do that. Why is this a special thing? Why are you putting chocolate ice cream in with the Oreos and calling it a new thing? And she said, because it just hits different. And I'm like, I'm not putting this ice cream in a meth pipe and smoking it. I'm going to be eating it with my taste buds and a spoon. That's kind of how I like to do ice cream. I don't I don't smear it on some gay dude's asshole and eat it. I don't dry it out and snort it, although I suppose you could. I don't have a freeze drying thing that you could do like at NASA, so you can chop it up and get, snarf a big fat rail, just have it lubricate the back of your neck. I'm not doing that. I'm going to eat it with a spoon like a regular ice cream. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. And then when she makes it, she does the thing where they're supposed to hold the blizzard upside down to prove to you that it's not too runny. She got it horizontal, but she didn't do the full vertical upside down. And now I'm thinking, well, what else is she hiding? Telling me she's putting drugs in my ice cream, telling me it hits different and it's a little runny on top of that. It pissed me off. It's rare that you go out for ice cream and get pissed off, but I can do it. Just pull one of my teeth, for sure. And speaking of cookies, I was at the Kroger's the other day, and there was a little boy, and there were a couple of little boys in Boy Scout uniforms, and they had a little table, pop up thing there, and he was with his dad, and he was trying to sell Girl Scout cookies. The Boy Scouts were. And I said, I'm sorry, little boy. I don't buy cookies from Boy Scouts. I only buy cookies from little girls. Now, this guy's dad thought this was hilarious, by the way. The dad probably had this thought before they even left the house. And there was this woman, the look on his kid's face was equal part confusion and disappointment. And this woman ahead of me stops walking into the store and she turns around and she goes, "That's discrimination." And I said, "Relax, I'm just kidding. I don't buy Girl Scout cookies either."